What's up, YouTube? This is Tyler. He got first place at our locals playing Trickstar with some spicy trap cards. So take it away.
Alright, so the Trickstar lineup was somewhat standard. 3-3. I opted for two of this. This was somewhat decent. Two never really came up, so I technically could cut it down, but I just kind of wanted two for the deck, and then the one Lilivo. So it was just kind of like a nice little neat condensed package for them. For hand traps, it was a little weird. I only played 3 Droll and 3 Nibiru. This never really came up for like the conflict of like having too much of a big monster. Even then, there is some cards I play in here that circumvent it, but like usually when I got this, either Nibiru could run over it or the Trickstars could also run over it, so it just didn't really matter too much. And then the last monster was Scythe. I summoned it, but like I never got to like properly like go off with it. There's a few spells, 3 Super Poly that saved me a good number of times today. Just having this as a utility in this deck, it's just really good. This is the main thing that helped me a lot. I really don't like this card personally, but like I knew that like I was probably gonna have to play it, otherwise there was like nothing I probably couldn't really play like too optimally. So it was just more so in here as like a good little floodgate to like wait until you get your combo. Sadly the one of, and also sadly the other 2 one-ofs. I never got to use this, but it's obviously really good, and then this just searches things. I actually searched Mystic Mine with this once. So the 3 Reincarnation. I think I drew Reincarnation, but it was like in a weird way, and that just didn't really come up. And then like a thick amount of other trap cards.
Lost wins, pretty good.
Yeah. I just decided to more opt for these because I felt they supplement things a little better. So these are all the 3-0s for it: Lost Win, Compulse, Judgment, and Strike. I might want to try Warning, because there was a lot of situations where it was coming up where it was like this couldn't do anything against like what the opponent was trying to do, and like this I just never saw this enough. So since I Warning is like an option, but I felt like some of the other stuff was just a little better for it, especially since you don't want to be paying like sometimes you just don't want to be paying like too many life points, because your monsters are all small and they just don't really do anything. And then I should have played 3 of this to try to see that package more, but I only made it. I don't know why I only decided on 2. It was just more. This was more so just kind of like last minute decision with like all the trap cards in the first place. So a lot of things could be swapped around, but for this it was just 2, and then 2 Crackdown. This actually saved me a good number of times as well.
40 cards?
43, okay. Actually. I was thinking about playing Trap Trick, since I was playing a good number of like normal trap cards, but I didn't want to make it like too big of a deck, especially since I really just wanted to see the main engine, and that was it. Extra deck, Link Karibo, Link Spider, Phoenix, the Trickstar Link 2. She didn't come up today, but it's actually It's the only Trickstar link that you actually really need to play. It helps beat over certain things, and it's just in some instances it can actually just help you OTK. Cerberus. Real MVP is like this card.
Makes your guys really big.
Yeah, it does, and it's like I think the funniest thing that I found out with it is that like it makes it so like Candina and Lycoris can beat over Phantasme, and that's like one of the cuter interactions with it. But this like in a lot of testing situations, it was actually helping me push for like a lot of damage because you just get the standard combo going, and then you can make this, and then you just pop off. Ningirsu, Unicorn, and I opted for Borload and Boral Sword.
Standard.
I didn't really want to go for like Abravex or anything because I just didn't really see too much of a point in it.
Okay.
And then I had 5 super poly targets. This was just to cover as much base as possible. Cyber stacks, dark decks and strategies. This was for Spiral since they always end on it like the Trigate Appaloosa. You get rid of the Trigate and the Appaloosa. I kind of wish this thing had an effect that could help you deal with Sleeper. It kind of does, but like the way it does it is like
baits it out kind of.
It's you can't really do it like conceivably. And then this was just for Charles.
Shout out to the Mac that played our locals.
Yeah, like I versed him, but like I didn't open Super Poly, and like it just didn't matter. That game was so that game was my only loss today, and like I hated that match, so I hated it so much.
Do you have a side deck?
Yeah. I had 2 Sphere Mode. 1 Pink Tops. This. Never mind. It was Pink Tops. I had this on the side just in case there was matchups for like.
Where Scythe wasn't good.
Yeah, where Scythe wasn't good, and in case I just wanted another name to summon off of it. Because sometimes both of them actually come up in a matchup. To this, it was mainly for like me getting into my card advantage, because sometimes you just sit on like a whole bunch of trap cards and then you just don't have anything to do. So like I didn't get to side this in, but like it's really good in theory. Blowout card, and then the last 6 were Floodgates cards. So
do you think you changed in the deck? Or were you just playing it? It was just an experiment for tonight.
It was kind of just an experiment, but there was like if I played this more often, there would definitely be a lot of things I would change with it.
Okay.
I went 3-1, and I went against like I said, I went against the Invoke player. That was the last round, and that was disappointing. There were 2. I went against 2 Lunalight decks, and I was surprised. Those were the 2 like I was really surprised to win. But like, I essentially just played against combo decks all day, and it was like extremely surprising that I was able to do something with this. This was just more built together to try to have at least some fun in a way, even though Trickstar just kind of seemed like not really as like a fun deck, but yeah, it was fun for what it was lasted.
Okay, so thanks for the deck profile.